Hello and welcome to Trading Hour on CNBC-TV18. I'm Ekta Batra and with me is Prashant Nair. Well, it's turning out to be a session where we are seeing some amount of consolidation on the screen, as you can see. So the Nifty is absolutely flat. We have a little bit of, maybe a little bit of resurgence which is coming in for the Bank Nifty, but nothing to write home about, just about higher by around 32 odd points. It is probably Brent crude, which is at 5-month highs, which is really weighing in terms of the markets. But separately, we also have other cues coming up. For example, the BJP manifesto, which is going to be released anytime now, probably in the next couple of minutes. So that would be something that the markets would probably be keenly watching. A lot of deals happened over the weekend. So NIIT Tech, NIIT in focus on account of that, Indiabulls Housing Finance as well as Lakshmi Vilas Bank, and separately Jet, where the EOI or expression of interest has opened from prospective buyers. So that stock also in focus. Hi Prashant.
Ekta, hi, morning. So lots of stuff to track and we are actually absolutely flat. So 7-8 weeks of up move. I mean, even the last week was positive. It was undecided if you compare Friday to Friday. So it wasn't a big positive week like the big week before last, but it was not bad. So, I mean, in that context, still at very, very respectable levels and lofty levels, heading straight into the first phase of polling, elections which kick off on Thursday. So, I mean, a lot of the commentary over the next couple of days, of course, is going to be people are going to sort of measure their commentary with regards to what may happen as far as the political outcome, etc. The expected political outcome is concerned, and everyone pretty much has got a view on where that one is going. 11,655 is where the Nifty is at, and we'll touch base upon a lot of the stories which Ekta mentioned. Indiabulls, Lakshmi Vilas Bank, top of the list there. Sudarshan Sukhani is with us on the top of the show to take us through what you should be doing, if anything, on the index, which is flat, and of course, stock trades. Sudarshan, morning.
Good morning. Well, we go and buy the index. The chances are that the index, my understanding is that the index should go and test the earlier lifetime highs of 11,760 again in the next few days. And that's the first immediate target for this upswing. Today the market is flat, that's normal. Markets will do their own thing, but the trend is very clearly up. So we go with the trend and buy the Nifty. Individual stocks are offering many opportunities. Dabur is a buy. After many days, Dabur has already put its act together. There is momentum on the upside. FMCG is the theme for today. Hind Liver is also a buying opportunity as it comes out of a brief correction. So two FMCG buys, Dabur and Liver, and BEL is a short sell. The short sell is only intraday, but the general tendency is to go long.
Okay, so Dabur, Hindustan Unilever as well as BEL. But any of the stocks that you like which are in focus on account of all the deal buzz which is doing the rounds, for example, Indiabulls Housing Finance, Lakshmi Vilas Bank, maybe a Jet or NIIT Tech, NIIT, any of these stocks which you like technically?
See, technically, Indiabulls Finances, Housing Finances has completed its bear market decline. It's now probably ready to go up, but it is now going to be influenced by news so much that any buyer must understand that part also. NIT Tech has already run up. I do not think there is more in it, and Jet is a complete avoid.
Right. Sudarshan, any of these other old private sector names, Federal, South Indian Bank, Karnataka Bank, have you looked at charts on any of these names?
Yeah, I track the smaller banks. They've gone through a severe correction, and that correction is over. So almost all the small private sector banks are buying opportunities, but that's not for today. If you're looking for a positional trade for the next few weeks, I think there's money in it if you buy at current levels.
Okay, well, we have a Twitter query for you. Vijay Vishwanath Sudarshan has bought 85 shares of HEG at 2270 and wants your view on the target price.
Well, target assumes that the price will go up. HEG is in a severe bear market. It's already halved its price. But so I must tell you that I am not upbeat on the share. But assuming that it does stop falling and it goes up, look at 2400 as an immediate target. Don't overstay your welcome. This is not a bullish share.
Sudarshan, thank you very much. Appreciate you joining us with those trades, some advice on questions that you send us every day. 10 points lower on the Nifty, absolutely flat. Let's talk about a couple of stocks now, and let's start with Jet Airways. We've got exclusive access to the expression of interest document by the lenders. Ritu is here with the details of what the EOI released talks about. Ritu, morning.
Morning, Prashant. Well, yes, after a 2-day delay, the EOI documents have finally been made public by the State Bank of India-led consortium. And what we're given to understand is that they're looking to sell a minimum of 31% stake in the company and as much as 75% stake to an investor, if possible. Now, the bids are open to financial as well as strategic investors, and conditions have been laid down for all of these investors to apply, criteria. That is, if it is a strategic investor, they need to have a minimum net worth of 1,000 crore rupees and at least 3 years of experience in the commercial aviation business. If it is a financial investor, they need a minimum asset under management of 2,000 crore rupees as per 2,000 crores as per the last financial year, or committed funds for investments of up to 1,000 crore rupees. If it is a consortium bid that is coming forward, there needs to be a maximum of only 3 members. There can't be more than 3 members in a consortium, and each of their shareholding has to be at least 15%, and there has to be a designated lead in the consortium that can take a call on behalf of the other lenders. Also importantly, the deadline to submit these expressions of interests has also been extended from 9th April indicated earlier to now 10th of April, keeping in line with the delay of uploading these documents.
And Ritu, is there interest?
Well, as we'd last reported, it does seem very tailor-made, for some of the players that have already shown interest, because only 2 days have been given to submit any EOI, if at all. For TPG, for instance, looking to tie up with NIIF and Indigo Partners. We also have Etihad that is exploring interest. So yes, these are some of the airlines that we do know could submit EOIs. It remains to be seen if the Tatas, etc., come forward at all. We do understand lenders have also sent feelers to them, but so far there has been no response.
Okay, so the lenders are expecting a rapid decision with response to the EOIs or the expression of interest for Jet Airways. That's stock up around 2.5% at this point in time. But let's get to another CNBC-TV18 news break. We have Future Consumer, which is in focus, as they've acquired some brands and businesses from Athena Life Sciences. Priya joins in on the phone line to apprise us of what these brands are, and they have some fundraising on the cards as well, Priya.
Well, absolutely. There are a couple of announcements that came out of the board meet that Future Consumer held yesterday. And one of it was in line with what we had reported with regards to Future Consumer. They have acquired brands of, personal care brand portfolio of Athena Life Sciences. Brands like Iraya, Hair for Sure, Be Free will be merged with Future Consumer's personal care business. Do remember that Future Consumer has brands like Mibel and ThinkSkin, which are a part of its personal care business at this point in time. This also marks the entry of Future Group into the Ayurveda space. Now, this deal is subject to regulatory approvals, but of course it includes both the brand as well as distribution rights. Now, this acquisition will help Future Consumer expand its presence in the high margin categories of hair care as well as skin care, and its products will be available across the Future Group network of Big Bazaar, Nilgiris, Easy Heritage Fresh and the others. Now, another important outcome of the board meet was a fundraise announcement. Future Consumer has announced plans to raise 350 crore rupees from the existing investors, that's IFC, Worlinvest as well as promoters. Now, if you break this up, it will mean 210 crore will come from IFC and 70 crore each will come from Worlinvest as well as promoters. And these funds will be used towards expansion, business initiatives as well as to cut debt. So it will be interesting to see how this shapes up for Future Consumer going forward.
Okay, Priya, thanks very much. Let's talk about the other one, which is NIIT Technologies. You heard from the management a little while back, but let's revisit the news story first. Baring PE Asia is set to acquire 31% promoter stake in the company. That is stake held by NIIT Limited in NIIT Tech. Rima is here with the basic details, and we'll talk about what NIIT may do with the cash. Rima, first to you.
The big question in everyone's mind is, will Barings now merge Hexaware as well as NIIT Technology? On that, the chairman of NIIT Technology clarified to the channel that there will be no merger with any IT company, at least for 2 years, and the board of Barings is backing Sudhir Singh as the CEO. Bear in mind, this acquisition has come in an expensive valuation. They valued it at 1394 rupees per share, just 2% away from its lifetime high. It's valued it at 18 times FY20 PE. which Kotak says is actually at a departure from set templates because the previous PE buyouts of IT companies have actually been fairly inexpensive. So Hexaware was acquired at 10 times, Emphasis was acquired at 13 times, and the acquisition by Bearings of NIT Technology at 17.5 times FY20 PE reflects high confidence in the company's growth prospects and sustainability. But where Bearings can actually make a difference is in two key areas. One, improve the capital allocation policy. Last year or in FY18, NIT Technology returned less than 30% as cash to the shareholders, and secondly, improving the corporate governance. Today, the stock has come under some amount of profit booking after the strong run NIT Technology has enjoyed in the last few months.
Okay, all right, Reema. Thanks very much for that. So definitely some amount of interest which is coming in on mid-cap IT. We saw it with Mindtree and now NIIT Technologies. But the other big beneficiary of NIIT Technologies and the deal with Bearings PE is definitely NIIT, which is going to get around 2,000 crores of cash. The stock is up around 18%. What do they plan to do with the cash, which is in fact higher than the market capitalization of the company itself? Nimesh is here to tell us more. Nimesh.
Hi, Ekta. So, I believe the management has not spoken at all about what they plan to do with the money that they're getting for NIIT Limited. But just to put the deal into perspective, the first important thing is the holding company discount for NIIT Limited goes away after the deal. That explains the 18% move that we've seen in the stock in today's trade. So that's the first thing to watch out. In terms of numbers, if you look at NIIT Limited owns 23.5% stake in NIIT Tech, which is close to 1.4 crore shares, and at a price of 1394, it works out to close to 2,000 crores of cash inflow that will come into NIIT Limited. Now, the current market cap of NIIT Limited is just 1,600 crores. So the cash is more than what the current market cap of the company is. The key will be what the promoters does with this cash. But if you look at even the NIIT Limited shareholding pattern, NIIT promoters own close to 31% stake. So in any way, if they want to take the money out, the only way they can do is by announcing a special dividend. That probably is the anticipation on the street as well, that maybe this money will be distributed to the investors in some fashion through a special dividend. So that is something to watch out for. But clearly, NIIT Limited is buzzing in trade. One, because of the holding company structure goes, and the fact that the cash on the book right now is higher than the current market cap of the company.
Okay, yes, absolutely. And the management did say, NIIT Tech management just a couple of minutes ago, talking to CNBC-TV18, Kritika and Reema, in fact, that they will judiciously look at the utilization of cash when it comes to NIIT Limited. But they didn't really dwell in terms of details on what the utilization of cash would be. Maybe that would be some clarity at a later point in time.